Awesome. What?
Hi, so Angela Jacobsen here, Oz Super Nanny. Today I'm with Martin from the Top Australian Wine Company, and I'm going to interview him. Martin, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Martin Peston. I'm the owner of Top Australian Wines. I predominantly sell wine online, and I also do a lot of wine tasting events around Melbourne. So it's nice to be interviewed today.
Awesome. Do you want to tell us how long you've been in the wine industry for?
Absolutely. So I started approximately 2009, and I've been doing it ever since.
Awesome. What made you choose the wine industry?
Well, wine is a passion for me. I love wine. I've grown up with wine. My father's always had bottles of wine on the table. He's got a very big cellar, some very expensive wines. So I've grown up with wine all my life, and it is a passion. And I've just I decided that I wanted to pursue something that I had a passion for.
Okay. And how do you find the wine industry in general?
The wine industry is very tough and challenging. There's a lot of competition out there, and there's a lot of very good specials out there, and you just need to find a way that you can actually stand out from the rest.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, I've got a lovely glass in front of me here, but what kind of wines do you sell?
Okay, well, I predominantly sell boutique wines. So the one we're drinking today, I'll just hold up the bottle, is a 2010 Cookie Village Barossa Shiraz. It's one of my favourite wines. I love the label. Retails about $25. You won't find these wines in any of the major chains at all. It's very boutique, and I think I'm the only online website of the company. I'm the only company that actually sells it online. So it's wines like this that make me stand out. What do you think about the wine, Ange?
Lovely, very
Absolutely.
nice.
Cheers.
Cheers. And how did you get into the wine industry?
Well, I just decided one day to open a Facebook page, call it Top Australian Wines, and all I did was I started taking photos of the wine labels, and I'll just write in my own way in very simple terms, down to earth terms, I describe the wine, and my membership base started growing and growing and growing, and to date I've just got approximately 6,000 members on my Facebook page.
Wow.
And then suddenly wineries just started sending me wines and said, can you please review our wines on the Facebook page? And I started receiving 20 to 30 bottles of wine a month. So I thought, well, I'm actually onto something here. So then I decided to create the company Top Australian Wines Proprietary Limited, and my website topaustralianwines.com.au, and 5 years later, here I am.
Awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about some of the wines that you sell.
All right. So the wines that I sell, basically, I stay away from any wines that you can buy from the major chains. I don't promote any commercial or mass-produced wines. So I basically focus on the small wineries, very boutique wineries that don't really market themselves. And I go around to festivals and wineries and I try the wines, and basically I look for something that really grabs me and really jumps out. And once I find these little hidden gems, they're the ones that I decide to showcase.
Of course. And what's been your biggest personal challenge so far?
Well, my biggest challenge was once upon a time, a long time ago, I tried a wine at a bottle shop, and this wine just blew me away. It was so amazing. And I finally found out, years later, the name of this wine that I tried. And it was actually a winery in Sunbury called Andreas Brothers. And I got in touch with the winemaker, Fred Andreas, and I was very keen to sell his wine because I thought, and to this day I still think it's the best wine I've ever had. And I asked him if I could sell his wines, and it took me 2 years. It took me 2 years, and then eventually he decided to allow me to sell his wine. So that was the biggest challenge because he doesn't promote his wines domestically at all. They all get sent to the Emirates Palace Hotel in Abu Dhabi,
wow,
where they sell it at approximately $1,500 a bottle. So, and he's got quite a few other wines in his other range, and now I have them all on board. Yeah.
Awesome. What do you think makes you different from the other wine companies out there?
I like to think I'm very personal, with the customers. I spend time talking with them and I give them advice, honest advice on the type of wines, that they're looking for. I mean, they don't know a lot of the wines on my website because, as I said, I sell a lot of boutique wines. So, they'll sort of tell me the style of wines that they like, and then I'll find something from in the boutique range, and then eventually eventually they they jump on board and they love the wines and then they ask for more.
Awesome. And out of all of the wines, which one's your favourite?
Well, my favourite is the Andreas Brothers. I'll show you the label here. This is the 2000 Andreas Brothers Grandfather's Reserve Shiraz. It's from Sunbury in Victoria. This wine here is only available through Top Australian Wines. It retails. I sell it at $250 a bottle. I've showcased this against the best Australian wines, and this wine's done extremely well. So definitely Andreas Brothers from Sunbury. Love the wine. I think the winemaker Phil Andreas is an extremely gifted winemaker, and I have a lot of respect for him, and I'm very grateful that he's allowed me to sell his wines on my website.
Cool. And is it true that you have one of the largest wine accessories ranges?
Absolutely. So I do sell a lot of wine accessories. My website has heaps of wine aerators and decanters. I've also stocked quite a large range of Royal Selangor pewter wine accessories from Malaysia, and I also stock L'Atelier du Vin from France, which are regarded as the best wine accessories in the world.
Cool. I've also heard that you stock a lot of wines from Heathcote. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm a big fan of Heathcote wines. Heathcote will always hold a very special spot in my heart, and me being a fellow Victorian, I do like to promote the Heathcote wines, and it just so happens that on Sunday the 1st of December I have a Shiraz Heaven Heathcote wine lunch at the Kingston Hotel in Richmond. Where I've
Which I'm going to.
You are going to it, yeah?
I am. I'm quite
65
excited.
people already booked, almost sold out. And this will be the beginning of a few of my Heathcote events that I'm going to start promoting soon. So, yeah, I'm behind Heathcote wines all the way. I love them.
Awesome. And you do other wine events, don't you? Do you want to tell us about that around Melbourne?
Absolutely. So, usually around once a month, I'll do a wine event at a different restaurant, in a different area in Melbourne, different themes. They can be blind tastings. They could be Australia versus Spain. There could be a Heathcote. It could be Barossa. It could be McLaren Vale. Whatever I decide to do, and it always works out well. I always sell out. My events are very popular, and now I've got quite a large following of people who keep coming back.
Yeah, I'm quite excited.
Mm.
And do you sell anything else other than wine? I believe you've got some specialised spirits.
Absolutely. So I sell a lot of vodkas. I sell Precious vodka from Bulgaria. I've got a sparkling vodka from Sweden. Just recently taken on board Anastasia vodka from the USA. That's coming in a week's time, I believe. First time in Australia. I'm also starting to sell some single malt whiskey from Tasmania, Hellier's peated whiskey. So basically, I like to find these unusual spirits that I really think stand out, and I think the quality is excellent and great value for price, and then I'll take them on board too.
It's not Pete Hellier's whiskey, is it?
Hellier's
Yeah.
peated whiskey.
Oh.
Yes.
So I was like, well, maybe Pete Hellier's making whiskey now. Awesome. So tell us again your website so that if anyone wants to join in, and do you have a mailing list?
Absolutely. So my website is www.topaustralianwines.com.au. If you'd like to join my mailings for my wine events, my website's www.winetastingevents.com.au. Also have a blog where often I will sort of talk about different wines and describe them, and that's at blog.topaustralianwines.com.au. Our Facebook page is under Top Australian Wines. Our Twitter, we have nearly 5,000 followers on Twitter. That's Top Aust Wines.
AUST.
Yeah, AUST Wines.
Not Oz like me.
No, correct. AUST. And then you can also find us on Google+.
Awesome. And what about your most popular wine that you've got?
The most popular wines, the biggest selling wines. First of all, first one is the 2008 Good Drop Shiraz.
Which happens to be my father's favourite.
Yeah, and a lot of other people. It's from Bendigo. Always does a lot of my wine events. Only available through Top Australian Wines. It's $25 a bottle. It just gets better and better with age. And the other one, which is a recent one, which really is flying out the door at the moment, is a wine from Mildura. It's a 2010 Shiner's Estate, the Guilty Shiraz. Here's the label here. It's a great label.
It is great. I've just bought my second case.
You have. It's a very Moorish wine. It surprises people. A lot of people think don't consider Mildura a wine area, but let me tell you something. You'll change your mind when you try this wine. It's $18 a bottle. Available through topaustralianwines.com.au.
It's awesome. Awesome. And just to finish up, what do you have on special at the moment?
Okay, so basically, look, what our specials, we cater, special wine packs for people. So, people, as I said, they don't know our wines. They often will give me a budget for a 6-pack or a dozen. Say, okay, I want Shiraz, or I want Sauvignon Blanc. Just give me a mixture of something, and I'll give them a mixture of wines they've never seen before, and then they're just treated to a whole lot of hidden gems.
Yeah, and I think one thing I didn't realise that for not everybody wants to spend top dollar for their wine, but you also cater for the lower end of the market.
Absolutely.
And they have the cheaper wines too. So
absolutely.
It's quite a range here.
Yeah, we cater all the way through from $10 wines to $250 wines.
Awesome. Well, cheers, Martin.
Cheers.
Thanks for letting me interview you today.
You're very welcome.
I hope everyone learned a little bit, and make sure you check out Martin's website
Absolutely.
for all his yummy wines and his specials.
Thank you.
Thank you.